Yeah, because whenever I add anybody, it's always going to be vertical.
Right. I couldn't remember.
Can you tell if the mic's working? Because I have the mic on.
Let me. Can I tell what?
Can you tell if my mic is working, or I mean, it's plugged in, so I don't know. We'll see. See, I got my little wind muff.
I guess so. I could tell on your video because I was watching your opening.
Yeah. No, that definitely could tell. Hey, Lulu, how are you? Here we go. Okay. Maybe Mom forgot. I texted you both, so either that or it wouldn't allow her. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Because when I do this, it says invite one person. So I don't know if Mom and maybe you got to it first.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
I don't even know if she's here. There's 4 people watching, but I'm probably one of them.
Hey, 4 people. Guess what I got in the mail yesterday?
What'd you get? Are those shoes? Oh my goodness. Those are Crocs, aren't they?
They
Hi,
are
Mom.
Crocs. They're. I actually have real Crocs. I've already had Crocs. I have had 5 pairs of Crocs,
Right.
but they don't look like Crocs.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I made this last night. Actually, I figured out what it's a seaside bucket hat that I got from JeJuDa in Stitches. And Mandy, I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. She asked how we were doing.
Yes, I see that. Hi, Mandy. Hank, we're doing well.
Okay.
On this side of the pond.
Yeah. Obviously, Mom it said she can't do it. It's not letting her. So we can only do one at a time.
Do you want me to go out and let her?
I mean, that's up to you. But we were gonna I fixed you fixed your hair and everything. Okay, well, hi Daryl. All right. Maybe what we'll do is I'll say goodbye to you for now. And Mom, you come on. And then halfway through we'll come back to you, Lara.
How do I log off?
You just hit the X button. There should be an X up at the top of your screen. There. Oh, there's Mom. Bye, Lara. That was fast. Okay, Mom, try. Click the link on that I texted you. So apparently you can only have one person. There we go. Add. Hi, there she is. Only have one person. YouTube, this is my mommy. As if you didn't already know that. There she is. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mandy. Thank you. So what we were gonna do was and
Okay.
Lara, you need to turn on the volume, Mom.
Okay.
What are you watching?
Huh?
Are you watching me?
Okay. What are you watching?
Yep. Okay, so you have sound coming through.
Okay, so do I look at my phone?
Yeah, you need to look at your phone, but whatever has sound, you need to turn off. You have sound coming through.
Okay, so do I look at my phone?
Yeah, because I'm hearing huge. You need to turn your volume down.
Okay, so do I look at my phone?
Yeah, because and well, now you've muted yourself. I don't know, whatever you're listening to. Is it on your computer or is it your phone? Because now you're mute. Computer or is it your phone? Because now you're mute.
I wasn't listening to anything.
Okay, I wonder.
So it was my phone. I wasn't listening to anything. Okay, Ellen.
So is your volume up on
That was my phone. I wasn't listening to anything. So is your volume up? That was my phone.
Are you laughing because you hear an echo?
I wasn't listening to anything.
Okay, turn the volume. Don't mute it, but turn your volume down.
So we'll let Lara come back on.
Are you laughing because you hear an echo?
Yes.
Hi, Colin. That's so good. So okay, Mom, what you need to do is hit the X button up at the top somewhere. And
Okay. I turned the volume off of my computer. I was listening to you guys. I was listening.
that's okay. There you go. I knew you were listening to something because oh my goodness, I had this like I would speak and then I would hear it. So I was hearing it through your okay, we're good. We're staying on with Mom for the moment. I did have two topics of choice to do.
Technology is not my thing.
No, but you're figuring it out. You're getting it down.
Yep.
That laugh. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's infectious. It's the Miller laugh because it's Annie Carroll Stew. You're gonna make her laugh even more, Daryl. Now you're gonna make her not breathe. So everybody, all my however many people that are watching, all eight of you, and whoever else happens to watch it later, this is the Jeannie no breathing laugh. And the worse it is, the worse you talk about it, the worse it gets. It's funny. I have had to tell her to breathe multiple times. So, my topic of choice with you was or is what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Sunday.
Okay, I'm sorry, Monday.
Monday, I am getting to watch the solar eclipse. I work at Candyland Travel and we do bus trips, and we are doing a bus trip to Arkansas. So it's about probably 2.5 hours from here. I live in Northeast Oklahoma, and we are going to be right under the path of the total eclipse.
That is going to be so cool. So Lara shared on Facebook, and it was like a time lapse of every state. Not a time lapse, but it was a rendering of every state and what they're getting as far as totality goes. And it put Oklahoma under 100% totality. So is parts of Oklahoma
Yes,
under
southeast Oklahoma, down in McCurkin County and Broken Bow. So it's going up that way, and then we will be going east and southeast into Arkansas. And we're going just north of Russellville. We found a church that's going to let our bus park. We've got about 55 people on the bus, and they're going to open up one of their buildings so we can use the restroom there, even though there's a restroom on the bus. We're bringing our own chairs. We're providing the glasses for it. I did not get a filter for my phone, and they're all sold out. So I don't know if I'm going to be. I'm wondering if I could use the eyeglasses over my camera on my phone.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of them because I bought 6 of them. So I'm going to take one of them apart and put the lens part over tape it onto my phone so that I can actually film it for the video next week. One of my videos. Mandy's asking if you're excited.
Yes, I am. I saw the eclipse 7 years ago. I was in Colorado with my friend, and we saw it off her deck. And but it wasn't where we were. It wasn't a total eclipse.
So will this be your first total eclipse then?
So this will be my first total.
Nice. And where I live in Kansas, according to the thing, the video that Lara shared, we're going to be 92%, I think. But that may, I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Crochet with Lulu says that you will have a wonderful time, and she was wondering about Middle Tennessee. Is that under part of the path, the direct 100% path? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I
I don't think so.
I
I think
focused
they'll
on
have part just like you have part.
right, and I on that video I focused on Kansas because that's where I'm at. So now obviously the UK is not gonna see it like we see it, or are they gonna see it at all?
I don't think so. It goes all the way up to the East Coast and then out into the Atlantic, I think.
Okay.
You know, I
So
honestly don't know.
I know it's a direct path over the US, but I've not ever paid attention. We
There's a
have
lot of
never
speculation about this eclipse because the last one, 7 years ago, all the towns across the US, and it has to do with prophecy and people talking about stuff with what's going to happen to the United States. But when it went across, it went from west to east, and it hit towns, several towns named Salem, all the way across. And Salem is peace. This one, coming up south, going northeast, is hitting towns named Nineveh. And if you know in the Old Testament about Jonah and the whale and Nineveh, he was sent to Nineveh to because they were like we are now in the world. Actually, I mean, and he got swallowed and then stuff, and he wanted God to destroy Nineveh, but Nineveh repented. And so God didn't destroy Nineveh. So some people are saying this could be judgment, but also it could be, what's the word? Anyway, people coming and realizing their mistakes and turning and a turnaround.
Oh, okay. Well, Mandy had said that they've never experienced it in the UK, so maybe I don't know. That's something that I'm gonna have to look into just to see where it goes. And then we have Julie and Jeff said hi. Um, I didn't want to interrupt my mom, so I didn't. I don't know. Can you see what people are saying
Yeah.
in chat? Because I see it popping up. Daryl said hi to Julie and Jeff, so thank you, babe. I appreciate that. I just didn't want to interrupt mom's when she was talking.
That's all right.
So,
and I'm going to make my Missouri cookies.
Missouri cookies. Does anybody know what Missouri cookies are? And I am excluding those who actually do know. That means you, Lara. That means you, Daryl. You do not have the right to answer this question because you already know what Missouri cookies are. Has anyone here heard the term Missouri cookie? I know you do.
Lara's funny.
Colin's like, what are they? Okay, so have you ever heard of no-bake cookies?
Yes, another name for them is no bakes.
Yeah, they're no-bake cookies. They are a chocolate peanut butter oatmeal cookie, and they're so good. So good. And for whatever reason, my grandma, my mom's mom, called them Missouri cookies from whoever she got the recipe from. So wherever that got started.
Well, I made you a tea towel for Christmas. It's
Yes,
in
you
your
did.
stuff someplace. And on that tea towel is a copy of the handwritten recipe from 1957 from a lady that, and the piece of paper is from 1955, and it was a slate of officers. And what I find funny about that is my mother was nominated to be secretary, and it didn't say Betty Miller. It said Mrs. Ray R. Miller. If I was on there, it would have said Mrs. John Fay. If Julia was on there, it would have said Mrs. Daryl Corey. So 50s. But anyway, on the flip side of that was she wrote out the recipe, and the lady from Anaheim, California, called them Missouri cookies. I have not been able to find out where the original recipe came from, but here in the South, and I'm kind of in the South, they call them no bakes.
Yeah, you can Google Missouri cookies and it'll pop up no bakes. They are really good, and yes, I know you guys call them biscuits, and they're no. I'm like, are they even?
Okay, a biscuit's
They're
what
not
I.
like a cookie. They're like a candy almost.
It's kind of like fudge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fudge. You like pancakes better than cookies? That's funny. I love pancakes though. Colin likes pancakes better than cookies. They do. Lara was saying they have lots of different names, and they do. They really do. And yes, it is like a fudge. It's very gooey, but they're yummy. It's chocolate, peanut butter. If you like chocolate, peanut butter, and oatmeal, this would be heaven for you because they really are good.
And I can even tell you the recipe. I've made it so much.
Although you could add Lara's oops and make them a little bit more vanilla-y. So, yeah, see, she just said that hers are amazing. That's because she accidentally, instead, when she was printing out, she did a cookbook of our family years ago. And obviously the Missouri cookies got put into the cookbook because this is something that we grew up with. And instead of putting a lowercase t for teaspoon, she put an uppercase T for tablespoon. So for years and years and years, Lara's Missouri cookies were made with a tablespoon of vanilla as opposed to a teaspoon. So they're much more vanilla-y.
And it also depends on the vanilla you use. If you use Mexican vanilla, it tastes better than regular vanilla.
Right. And I can attest to that because I've done, especially don't even do imitation, even though we have imitation vanilla out here.
Is Amanda asking me if I like baking?
Yes.
Okay, yes. And yesterday, John and I were at the senior dance, and for whatever reason, I was looking at my schedule, and I remembered I am making a wedding cake for next Saturday, a week from today.
And you don't have it started yet?
No.
Are you gonna?
Who did I learn from?
We don't drink it's definitely although you could put it in your coffee, but it would make, because it has oatmeal in it, it would be really interesting. I don't know that you want to put Missouri cookies in your coffee. Maybe fudge, just plain fudge.
They're not a dunking cookie.
No,
I'm a dunker, but they're not a dunking cookie.
But okay, so you have a week to make a cake. Is it going to be a big one?
No, thank goodness.
Okay.
But yeah, she wants, out of all the flavors that I could do, she wants chocolate for the top layer and white for the bottom layer. Of course, it'll have Bob's buttercream on it, and so it's kind of scary. But it just hit me all of a sudden. I think I've got a wedding cake that I need to make, and so it was like, because I talked to him a couple months ago. And
Mandy's asking, how long will it take you to make? It shouldn't take too long. If it's two tiers, right?
It'll be a 6-inch and an 8-inch tier. So yeah.
And each tier will have 2 layers with cream in the or filling in the middle. Yes or no?
3 layers.
they'll have 3 layers. So cake.
Yeah, I want it to be tall.
Oh, okay. It shouldn't take Mom that long to make
I will
it, but
make it Friday.
a lot of bakers, granted, this is what they do for a living. They will make the cake prior and freeze them until it's time to get it ready for the wedding. But they've also got a multitude of other weddings that they're probably making for. So yeah, no, it shouldn't take too long.
And they're actually they've gotten a sheet cake to serve everybody.
Oh, okay. So this is just a simple.
This is a small. This one will probably serve about 30.
Oh, okay. So they want chocolate as the top tier and vanilla or white cake as the bottom tier. What is their feeling? The feeling.
Just I think I'm going to do a Bavarian cream.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Sounds yummy.
So it should
And
be good. And Bob's buttercream recipe. Because
oh,
his
okay.
icing's the best.
Bob is a friend of ours whom we met in Colorado when we moved to Colorado my senior year in high school in 19. Am I going to do this? Am I really going to date? I'm just kidding. I'm 50. We all know this. 1991, we moved to Colorado my senior year. Yes, I am still bitter.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, because of that move, we got to meet one of the best cake makers, bakers, whatever, ever. And that would be Bob. Too bad he's not on here to cooperate. He probably would be like, no, I'm not.
Oh, good, Colin. I don't like raisins either. They're nasty.
Speaking of a Bob cake, now my wedding cake with Daryl, obviously, because I've only been married once. There was a trail of raisins that were supposed to be like ants, or was that your birthday cake?
No, that was my 50th birthday cake.
Okay.
It was 4 tiers. It looked like a wedding cake. And Bob knows that I don't like raisins, so he did dotted raisins on the back. I was the only one that saw them.
You're not a fan of rotten grapes either. They're not rotten. They're just dried, dehydrated. And yes, Lara, I know I moved, but I did come back to I was there for the birth because I went to Dad's house for Christmas that year. Yeah, I
Is that a
moved.
new hat, Jules?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty.
Thank you. It's made with the same yarn that I did my 500 subscriber headscarf. So,
I'm going to go grab my Christmas present. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. We're grabbing Christmas presents. He'd rather eat the ants instead of raisins. That's funny. But yeah, so Bob did that. He put the raisins on the back. Oh, yes, your Christmas present. She finally got her Christmas present that I
This is
made.
what Jules made me for Christmas. It's just gorgeous.
They've seen it in a video because I said finally getting Mom's done. Yours was the first Christmas present that I had actually completed. So, which was that took forever. But I still have other Christmas presents that I need to work on. I have Sammy's. I have Jared's. Actually, Jared's isn't even a Christmas present. It's something that he had asked me to make last summer. How long did it take to make Mom's blanket? Well, okay, I will admit I was not consistent. I did not just do it. I was doing a million other things. It probably took me 2 or 3 months. But if I had just sat and did nothing but that, I'm not sure how long it would have taken me. But it took, but like I said, I didn't just do it. I would do it for a few hours here and there, and then I wouldn't do it for days. So, I mean, it took a long time because of that. It has bling. Yes, it does have bling. It has metallic yarn. So every other thing is blingy. Who's asking about the hat? Oh, this took me. I'm like, I can't see very well. This took me. I did this 2 hours,
Cool.
and I just learned the pattern 2 days ago. And this was the second one I did. The first one is completely different. It's actually a little small, but this is the hat I'm making Matthias, my grandson, a hat, and I was wanting to do the granny stitch, the granny cluster, and so I was trying to find one, and this actually was the most simple, so I really like it.
I need
Yes.
one to match my hair.
A hat to match your hair
Mhm.
that you're going to cover your hair with?
Mhm. When I have a bad hair day.
Oh, but so you want it to match your hair so that it doesn't look good?
There you go.
Okay, I do have a it's jewel toned, and it's got purples and greens, and yeah, I have yarn that does those colors. I can do
There,
that.
see?
Yes, Mandy, it is made with love, and thank you, Lulu. I appreciate that. You prefer the I do. I prefer the granny stitch. But is that what you said? You prefer the granny stitch? Oh, yeah, well, okay, yeah, that's because it's a bucket hat. So Daryl calls this a Stone Roses hat. Apparently, one of the band members in the Stone Roses wore bucket hats. That's all it is. It's a bucket hat. It's just really simple. But so
what else?
are you gonna come down for Katie Days? Excuse me. I don't mean to
That's the
put you.
last weekend of May, isn't it?
I believe so. So you have time to plan.
Okay.
Excuse me. And then you can watch Ghostbusters. And
That's right.
Are they a Manchester group? I did not know that. Stone Roses are apparently a Manchester. I mean, I like most British groups anyway. most Depeche
That's the
Mode
only band concert I ever went to was a British group.
for who?
I went and saw the Dave Clark Five back in 1965. Does anybody remember even who they are?
Who are you gonna call? Yeah, that's right. Do you? Who bangs the drums? Is that the Dave Clark Five? She bangs the drums.
No.
I love Erasure. Erasure is one of my favorites. The Cure is my all-time favorite band ever. I'm in love with Robert Smith. Have been since I was like 12. But no, you've been to other concerts.
Mm, like
Well, didn't you go to I mean, okay, you've gone to Christian concerts
Christian concerts, yes.
with the Stone Roses. Okay. So I mean that counts. That counts. It's still music.
Well, yes.
I've been to too many concerts. I can't even say. I've seen The Cure, Depeche Mode, Morrissey, I went to Lollapalooza 92, 93, and 94. I went to Ozfest. I've seen Jane's Addiction. Who else? Who did we see at the amphitheater, Daryl? Alice Cooper. I've seen Alice Cooper.
Mm.
Well, okay, that's because they're your favorite band, Lara. They are a very good band, though. Have you met Andy Bell? I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Rager. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else have we seen? I've seen Skillet. You love Alice Cooper. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. You know, I'm more of an alternative music fan. Daryl is the metal. You've met Thomas Dolby. Yes, I remember that. I wasn't there for that, but I remember you doing that. And so Daryl's the one that actually listens to metal and rock. Um, oh my gosh, that's so cool, Colin. Oh, now I'm gonna have to look up that video. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. That's really cool. So I'm not really a very big fan of Alice Cooper. I'm not really a very big fan of Ozzy either, but I've been. I will say that Simple Minds, yes, we did. How could I forget Simple Minds? They put on one of the best shows ever. Alice Cooper puts on an amazing show. It's very theatrical. And I will, hands down, he puts on an amazing show. Not really into the music. I'm sorry. And now I have Simple Minds going through my head. And you love Oz. Okay, that would fit. That would fit. I do like Ozzy. I'm not like the biggest fan. I know a few songs. And the video is at the fairground. Oh, that's cool. You're seeing. Oh, you are seeing Simple Minds at Cruel. Okay, so Lara and I did Cruel World, which we got to see Psychedelic Furs. My mind drew a blank. Berlin, kind of. She was off to the side when we were watching Psychedelic Furs. Dale Bosio from Missing Persons. The Church, right? Devo. I didn't see Devo. There was too many things going on that day. You had to choose. You love the Osbournes. That's funny. I used to watch that. I did watch that show. Not because of the music. I used to watch that show. Phil Collins. Okay. If I could, I would, oh man, I would love to go see Phil Collins in person. That would be amazing. I absolutely love Phil Collins. My favorite Disney albums are Tarzan because it's all Phil Collins. That's one of my favorites. What was that? We love. You will love them. Who? Yes, Phil Collins definitely is a legend. Oh my goodness. And it is heartbreaking that he's not going to be touring anymore, as far as I know.
Lara served him at Disneyland.
Yep. Queen! Okay, I do love Queen. I do love Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody, obviously, but it's going to sound really stupid. I don't even know what it's called, but it's the Bicycle song, and I love that song. Why, I have no idea. I just do. Wake up to a surprise yarn haul. What? Nice.
She woke up.
Yeah, I know. To a surprise yarn haul. Sorry, bud. Oh, speaking of stores, have you heard, Lara? Mom, that Joanne is filing bankruptcy. They're filing a Chapter 11.
No,
Yep. Freddie
I haven't
is.
heard.
No, they are. So, okay. They filed last Monday, I believe. They're filing a Chapter 11. They are planning on keeping their stores open, but only time will tell. Your mother met Cliff Richard, served him with awesome. Oh, I saw Janet Jackson too. That made me think because Lara served Janet Jackson as well. I don't know that she specifically served Janet Jackson, but okay. So we are Disney cast members, or used to be, former. I'll say that. And when Lara worked at the French market, that was her first job at Disneyland. I went to visit her and to watch her in her job. And I go in the French market, which is in New Orleans Square at Disneyland. You'll kind of hard to explain, but I go in there and there's like literally no one else in there but this one group, and it's like this big old entourage. Little did I know that I was literally just feet, and I mean like 2 or 3 feet from Janet Jackson. I did realize who it was, but I hadn't paid attention. You took her credit card. Oh my goodness. Okay, see, I knew it. So I was going to visit Lara and I accidentally ran into Janet Jackson. Not that I ever said anything to her, because I didn't. I probably would have been pushed away. I just happened to go in the French market at that right time, because I don't think anybody else was really allowed in there. It was pretty funny because it did get kind of scarce. And even though Disney back then, which would have been 1980, 87, 88, I don't remember, it wasn't as crowded as it is now, but it still was a crowded place. I will say that.
You asked for her ID?
Well, she probably had to. She probably had to. That's funny.
So,
Okay, so I do want to talk to Lara again.
okay.
So we can say goodbye to Mom.
So,
All
oh,
you're
I
good.
see.
There's an
X.
X at the top.
I'm Xing. Bye.
Okay.
This was fun.
Just kidding. You're still here. There you go. Now she's gone. Okay, Lara, come back on. Woo, hopefully you should still be able to, because it should be the same link. So Lara and I are potentially, hopefully, not potentially, we are going to start a podcast. Here we go, and she should be coming. There she is. There she is. There she is, Miss America.
Yeah. No, I'm turning down the TV so I can.
That was pretty funny because, oh my goodness, was it bad?
Yeah,
Was
no,
it
I could
bad
hear
on
it.
your end?
Yeah.
It was bad
Yeah.
on mine. So Lara and I are going to start a podcast because when we get on the phone, we're on the phone discussing a specific thing, and then all of a sudden we go on a tangent. We go down about a dozen rabbit holes, and next thing you know, it's 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And the topics of choice are, I find it interesting. Like, who was the first fandom to start dressing in costume at the movie theaters?
Right.
So we are going to be doing that. We're trying to figure out a name, and it will be a YouTube channel, but it will also, I need to look into getting it on Spotify. I don't know how any of that works.
I don't know either.
I need to figure out how to separate. I mean, I can separate our voices with the video, but I need to figure out how to do it and make it be just audio. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
to just listen to, not watch a video. So that should be interesting. A lot of learning.
A lot of learning.
But would you be interested in a Lara and Julia podcast where we discuss random things?
Just random.
All of a sudden it got quiet.
It did, because maybe they liked Mom better than me.
No. I'm like, it did. It got quiet. Did everybody leave? So, and we could talk about, music and, everything. It would be about anything and everything. And we're
Almost
still,
there.
I wanted to call it Missouri Cookies and everything else, but then it would lend itself to being a food show, and it's not a food show, although we could have discussions about food. It will be great. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Lulu.
But yeah, because we did have one name and it was miles apart, but somebody else already has that.
It's already gone.
So we have to find something else. I can be the audio. Okay, that would be awesome. I'm the one that's probably going to be doing all of this anyways. So we're trying to come up with a name. We have an idea. We're not going to discuss it yet until we actually get it going. And we're going to have to try and figure out.
So, Colin, when we were little and my mom was mad at us, depending on who she was talking to, I could have been.
You were Julara.
I was Julara, and
I'm
Jules
LaJulia.
was La Julia.
Legitimately, I'm LaJulia. So to have that, to put that, Colin, that's pretty funny.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
And then if she couldn't get it right, she would just get mad and be like, whoever you are.
Yeah, that's what I do now.
Whoever you are that I'm mad at.
Go get the wooden spoon.
Yeah, the one with the hole.
No.
I got the hole.
That was the terrible one.
She would make me get the hole.
Sorry, she's not here to defend herself. And no, we were not abused. It was the 70s. What do you want? That's how things worked back then.
Exactly. But they talk about people when, go get a switch. You have to go out and pick your own bush off the tree.
Yeah.
We just had to go get a spoon.
Just the spoon.
And pray that she didn't accidentally grab a spatula or something like that. Because that hurts. The spoon hurt, but spatula stung.
Yeah.
My mom used to get yes. And you do. You go through. I am fortunate. I only have the one. I only have one son, one child. So if I messed up his name, then there was something wrong with
me. I've even called my granddaughter by my cat's name once. I threw the cat in there once or twice. Yeah.
Which one? Luna?
Probably was Luna.
She's the one you've had the longest.
So, anyways.
Your aunt would throw shoes.
Kids.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would end up tossing stuff. And usually it's something soft. I would throw pillows. But most of my cats were female, so I didn't have any. Actually, most of my pets, animals, period, were female. So if I called Jared one of them, it wouldn't be very nice.
Well, it's just a form of that you love these things, and then you're mad at the one thing, or you're not even mad. You're just trying to get their attention, and
right.
So you go through the list.
Okay, see, this is what happens. we get started talking and then we go off on a whole nother. What were we talking about? We were talking about names. Oh, and then Colin gave us a comment that
Yeah,
went
there you go.
and drove us down a whole different
That was
rabbit.
Colin's fault. Thanks, Colin. Choo-choo.
No, that was awesome. That was awesome. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. But that's, I mean, I don't know, chaos. Should we call it chaos? That's pretty much what it would be. Oh, and I did think of BTC because we are the Brenneman sisters, and Lara is now a Taylor, and I am now a Corey, so it would be BTC. And then the first thing I thought of was Elvis. People would think we were trying to copy Elvis. Hairbrushes. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Yes, they were microphones.
They were microphones.
Anything that could be of that shape. Speaking of, I got my muff. Anything that could be of that shape. But yes, hairbrushes definitely were. And I hated the purple one. My mom had a purple hairbrush, and I hated it because she would use it to brush my hair. And you can't see it right now, but I was very curly.
Very curly.
And she would brush from the top down. And that's not fun. And they were hard bristles.
Talking about the guitar with the tennis racket guitars.
Yep. Or anything of that shape that you could, and then you would have like a broomstick would become your horse, or it would be your broomstick, to fly on. Are we all Gen X here? Because that seems like a Gen X thing, kind of.
Woo, Gen X, rock on.
You air guitar. I think everybody has air guitar, although I don't play, so I'm very uncoordinated. Daryl does a really mean air guitar. Guitar. Can I pronounce words? Words. They're hard.
They are. Especially English.
Don't even get me started.
Or
on
maybe
English.
American. We're American, so we speak American. Mandy and Colin, they speak English.
Okay, but it's American English. It's still English.
No, American.
Yeah, I'm not I'm filling up that rabbit hole before we get into it. Just saying. I am filling that rabbit hole because I could go down a whole rabbit hole on English language. It's bad. But so would we do a weekly show?
Oh.
See, these are things that we need to actually get settled down and discuss. Because it's finding the time to actually to do them.
No more storytelling on your mom. Sorry, Mom. I said we apologize. We love you.
Yes, we do.
Even if I tell the story of the wooden spoon, I was never abused as a child. So never
No.
abused as a child.
No.
We had like the best mom. My mom came to my school as Smokey Bear.
If she did.
Like
I was too
Smokey
little.
Bear, only you can prevent forest fires.
Yep.
That was my mom.
I was too little for that. But I knew I grew up knowing that she was Smokey Bear.
My mom would make cookies, and they would take them, the Junior Women's League would take them to like the fire department and stuff like that. I have memories of that. So we drew faces on the wooden spoons. Were they sad faces? Were they mean? They shouldn't be happy.
Was the one with the hole in the middle? Was that the
Right.
scared face?
Oh, oops, she's getting a spanking face. Sorry. Sorry. Did you get in trouble for drawing on the
Drawing
spoon?
faces. Yeah, I think we would have, considering that those were cooking tools.
They were cooking. They were to cook with.
and adding faces would probably be bad. What did Daryl say?
He bought a Fender Stratocaster surf green. Maybe I'll have Julia show it when it arrives. I
Oh
should
yeah,
get it on Wednesday.
yep, he did. And although it's funny because he asked me. I mean,
We're
I'm
always stirring trouble. Colin just said some of the spoon characters was always stirring trouble. Get it?
No, yeah. I don't know who could that be. Like, I would probably be one. No, I was the wanderer. I wandered. I would
He
leave.
did.
I would disappear. I think I don't know if mom got called, but apparently I decided to go meet Lara for lunch.
At school. Yeah.
And that was what grade were you in?
Well, that was Mission Viejo, so it would have been kindergarten or first grade.
So how old would I have been?
One of my 2 stints in kindergarten. I'm so cool. I did kindergarten twice.
I followed suit.
October birthdays. That's what it was. And if anybody knows about October birthdays, y'all know.
Who's ever giving us hearts, thank you.
Thank you.
No, I was probably 2, maybe 2, 3, if
Maybe,
that.
yeah.
Decided to go on a walk to the school. How I
Yep.
managed to get there is
And
beyond.
cross a big, somewhat major street, kind of minor. Wasn't
My
like just across the street like a regular street. It was a fairly busy street that had, I think, traffic light,
like a main street.
like a somewhat main street. Yeah, she's the reason why they put a deadbolt in the door up high so she couldn't reach it. I think it was like most deadbolts now, they're right next to the
Knob.
handle, the knot or
Yeah,
whatever.
right by the knob, the
No,
doorknob.
ours was up out of her reach
I
because it
was a
was
wanderer. I would disappear
she would
without a trace.
neighbor's house. I think
We've got your daughter.
dad followed you to the school once.
Talk
I
about
know.
the age of innocence. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine hearing about that today? Our parents would be like thrown in jail.
So when
What's the one that's called?
Aurora did that, she
Yes,
was
she did. That one? Okay. That was really funny. And I won't say everything that she said, but
no. There's another
listen to the
time.
other things.
She was just barely walking, and we were at an apartment in Oceanside, and I had
Oh, yes,
I had the front patio closed off. Well,
right.
I'm doing stuff in the kitchen, and I don't hear her anymore. And I look, and the gate I didn't have it secured well. And so the kid gate was down. So she had gotten out, and I didn't know where she went. And I caught her just in time before she was going into the parking lot of our apartment complex.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she has tendencies like you, because wasn't the first time she's gotten out, apparently. Yeah.
No, my personal story with Rory, my niece,
Who's like
who-
32 right now.
yeah, she was probably 2, 3, give or take. and she was at our house. I lived with my grandma, and she walks out the back door apparently, and grandma starts to follow her. Well, I saw, so I started following. I went with them, and she didn't want to disturb her. She just wanted to see where she went. So grandma and I just followed Rory down the street to see where she was going, and we're tootling along. We're just walking around the block. Literally, we were just she never tried to cross the street. She stayed on the sidewalk. But we're just tootling along, and all of a sudden this dog, I'm sorry, it's funny because I know what's happening, but this dog starts barking at her. I don't, it just starts barking at her, and she goes into the driveway and puts her hands on her hips and tells the dog to shut the F up. Only she said the word. She said the word.
I'm a terrible mother. And you
I
probably
swear.
would have had this on film if we had cameras with us.
I
Why
know,
didn't
right?
you should have taken the camcorder with you.
I am definitely an adventurer. But oh my goodness, to have her say that made grandma and I laugh, like we belly rolled. And at that moment, she realized that we were behind her. So we took a rack all the way around the block and then came back to the house and then told her mom, this is what she did. And you should have seen the horror, the horror in Lara's eyes. That was priceless. The sheer horror in your eyes from that moment. You were like, I need to watch what I say.
You need to watch what you say. They listen. Those little kids.
They absorb and repeat. Oh my goodness. Okay, speaking of absorb and repeat. So this is with my granddaughter.
Oh yeah,
We
that's a funny story.
we were it was this past Easter, so last week. Yes. Anyways, we were at the zoo, and because there's a free zoo where we had our Easter gathering, and your cousin did that when she was 3. Oh, oh yes, but she was saying "damn it" behind a curtain.
Right.
Um, so we're at the zoo, and we're looking. There's these turtles, and we're like talking about the turtles. Um, oh no, you're fine, Lulu. It's all good. We're still hanging out. um, so then my son decides to refer
Oh.
to the donkeys.
Mom
And
said Cece said the B word.
oh, she did. Okay. Okay. So Jared referred to the donkeys as, oh, look, there's the jackasses. And my just barely 2-year-old granddaughter goes, I see the jackasses. I'm holding her. I'm holding her as she says that. And I'm like, like, and my equilibrium is off, so I had to hold on to the wall that was in front of us because she was making me laugh, and she repeated it like twice. I see the jackasses. I'm like, oh my god, Jared, like, do you see when you gotta watch what you're saying? Oh my goodness. So, yes, Cece, our cousin Cece, hid behind a curtain and repeatedly said the B word with everybody in the room. I don't remember. I've heard the story a million times. Obviously, I wasn't born. Neither was Lara. So I mean, um, we didn't exist at that moment. But
Not
yeah, the story is pretty funny. And if you were to see our cousin Cece, to hear her utter those words, although no, I don't think I've ever heard her say any curse word of any kind. She's just got that kind of not persona. Hey, Jeremy
Hi,
made it
Jeremy.
to today's live. Awesome. Hi, Jeremy. Your mom and grandma was there. Well, of course.
So that means our grandma and our great grandma
Yes.
on the other side. of the family.
So even today, she doesn't, I've never heard her utter a single word like that. So to have her say that, I think she said it 3 times, or at least that's the story I've heard. It's pretty funny coming from who it's coming from. And yeah, how shocking. Yes. Yes, it is. And especially when you hear the little ones say it, it's like it does. It throws you, you're like, yes, 3 times. You just totally go, oh, oh, oh. Unless you know their parents. Then it's like, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No, I live across. There's an elementary school across the street from my house, and you could hear the kids. And I'm like,
Oh, they're
this is like little kid recess. This isn't like the big kids. This is the
Yeah,
little
no,
kid
they're bad.
recess. And I'm like, oh my gosh, terrible, terrible, terrible language.
But I mean, if we use it, why
We use it, and then yep, they just repeat.
you can't fault them for repeating.
No,
Now, okay, if they understand what the words mean and they use it in a sense that as to what it means, then okay, yeah, they like when they tell their parent no, knowing what no means, yeah, they're going to get in trouble for that. And that's not even a bad word. That's just a no.
right.
So, but oh my goodness, we are a little over an hour. I will say, although Mom was on
Oh, that's
for
good that you guys
almost 40
don't
minutes.
swear, Mandy. I try not to. I got out of the habit. There was like the worst thing I could call you was a pig. Like that was it. Like that was my F word. And
Okay,
then
and she would get mad at everybody for using the word crap.
yeah, that's the C word.
That's a bad word. I mean,
CRAP.
technically, it
That's a
is a
bad word.
4-letter word. So, but yeah, we do. I mean, I don't use those words all that often.
I'm now not. But I worked with a narcissist, and outside of wanting to, anyways, yeah. So yeah. So we won't talk about him.
No,
So I do not, Mom, not all the time.
she still does what? Gets mad at people using the word crap.
No, that I still have or maybe I don't know if it's I say bad words now because I have
Oh yeah.
I
No,
have
that was when Jared first heard you use the F word, that threw him for a loop. He's like, "What? What did I just hear?"
yeah. So I'm trying to get
Oh, you
out of
still think it's
saying
a bad
those.
word? Yes, you
Yeah.
still think crap is a bad word, as I keep
Oh,
repeating it
yeah.
repeatedly on purpose.
See, narcissistic people, they
Oh,
do.
they do.
You want to hurt them. They're on a list. That's all.
I was just gonna say, but I was I was taking a drink. Like,
I
but
have a list.
she
I
does.
will never do anything with that list, just because now I'm.
Yeah, she's.
I won't ever do anything with the list. But anyways, I have a list.
Is it bad? I mean, as long as you don't cross that line.
I don't know. Can you go to jail for lists?
I don't think so, and it's not like you have it written down.
Nope.
It's in your head. They have nothing on you. They ain't got nothing. They can't prove nothing.
Nope.
So no. There's memes about the list. So hundreds, if not millions of people have this list. So no, you can't get in trouble for having a list.
Okay. Stay clear. No, I'm really a nice person, Mandy. Just don't cross me. I'm kidding. You're good.
No, she's not.
I may or may not attacked my sister with a knife. I don't know. That's another
That's
story.
okay. I may or may not try to now, although it's kind of difficult to try to hang you with a telephone cord because they're coiled, but I did. And who would have thought that we're best friends now? We were
In
bad.
my defense, she did sock me from behind, and it was like knocked the air out of me. But anyways, yeah.
We were bad to each other.
Mm.
We were bad. But if you've watched any of my older videos, you would know that we're moving here was hard after having 2 years back in California. It was really hard. And
It
I
was
don't even want to get started on that. Stay away from stay away from narcissistic people.
okay.
Yeah, no,
Sometimes that's hard. But anyways, yes, you can.
they're everywhere. So
They
it's really
are.
hard to stay away from narcissistic people. Identify them quickly and know how to deal with them.
Exactly.
That's what you do. You identify them and know how to deal with them. That's all you can do because they're everywhere. They are so everywhere. Oh my goodness. So, wow. How many tangents have we gone on already?
A lot.
Should that be the title of our first show? How many tangents can we go on?
Yeah.
Let's see, how many rabbit holes will we hop down? No, I'm sure our first episode will be us introducing each other, ourselves, I should say. And then introducing the show, what it is, what we're going to do, what we'll be doing in the future, and what it may look like and whatnot. So that's what it'll be. You've got to go. Hugs.
Hi,
Okay.
Lulu.
Bye, Lulu. Oh, yes. It also
Yes,
when I crashed her 4th birthday.
you did.
Okay. So Lara and I are almost exactly 4 years apart. I'm the 13th. She's the 15th. I was born on a Saturday. Know how I know? Because that's when you have a typical birthday party.
My 4th birthday party.
So Lara was going to have her 4th birthday party, and then our parents called grandparents and said, "Can you do the party? We're going to the hospital."
Yep.
And then I came about. And then Lara got mad because I was naked. Why is she naked? I was bored. I was just bored. So apparently the party went okay enough for them to come see me.
I guess so. I don't remember. I just remember a vague memory of both grandmas being there and they took over. That's all.
Obviously, I don't remember a thing because, I mean,
No.
and does anybody remember the day they were born?
Nope.
Although there are those people. There's a Daryl watched not too long ago. It was I forgot what it's called, but they remember everything.
Well,
And you could ask them for a date and they would be able to tell you what day it's on.
wow, 12. That's a big gap.
That is a big gap. And yes, neighbors helped. I had a friend, her sister was 20 years older than her. She was a definite surprise. She was a what? Wait, excuse me? But so they have near perfect memory. They always remember everything and they could tell you what you were wearing to, everything. And I believe Mary Lou Henner is one said person. And
Okay,
I forget
so
there's not too many
basically,
people there.
whatever God would have given me, he took and gave it to other people. God.
Yeah. It didn't work.
Oh, God.
Is it not going to work? Because it's done it before, hasn't it?
I think so.
Are we going to get a thumbs up?
I'm sorry.
No thumbs up.
No thumbs up.
iPhones. They don't always do what you want.
Nope.
So, I guess we could probably call it a night. I mean, I can't remember as far back as yesterday. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, sometimes. Me too, Colin. Me too.
No. It's when you get up with something in mind and you walk into another room and you're like, wait, what? Why did I just walk in here? Those are the bad moments. I do that a lot. It's like, what did I come in here for? Like, and so I go back and sit down or whatever so that I could retrace my steps and hopefully I will have remembered what I wanted to do. Those moments.
I don't know what it's like being the baby, Mandy. I was a single child for only 4 years, so I don't know what that's like being the baby.
I'm the baby. I am, like I said, I'm the wanderer. I'm the explorer, which same thing as wanderer. What is it, compliant? You were the compliant one, right? Is that what
Oh, probably.
I'm the one that caused the most trouble. I was the most mischievous. We do. Okay, but it is, and I'm sorry, it's not an age thing. It really isn't. I've been doing that
No,
my whole life.
I've been
I can
forgetful like
completely
ever.
forget what I was doing. What was I doing? Why was I going in here?
Right.
But no, I was the baby until our parents split up and our mom got remarried. And our stepdad has 2 girls. And then I became the second child. I was no longer the baby. But I was always the baby on dad's side of the family.
Yep.
Because even when he got remarried and she had 2 children, they were all older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Bill's older than
Than
you
me.
did.
Yeah.
And Jenny was older than me. So it was like
Yeah.
Bill, Lara, me, or Bill, Lara, Jenny, me.
Mm-hmm.
I was still the baby on that side of the family. So I am the Jan and Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more Cindy, but I am both. I am the baby that gets everything she wants. Just kidding, I don't. And the forgotten child.
And I'm the Marsha.
Did we just date ourselves again?
Well, actually, that predates us technically. I don't even think it had already ended and was just in repeats by the time we were watching it.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did it? Gosh, I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
It was the
Wait,
60s and
well, okay.
very early 70s.
70s. It wasn't. I don't think it was this. I think it was this. Definitely the 70s. It was definitely the 70s. So, anyways, we've been going for
Oh, thanks, Mom. 69 to 74.
1969 to 74. Oh, so it's literally the time from. Although I was born in 73, but it ran for the time that you were born and a year after I was.
Which means I probably didn't. If I
So
watched it, I don't remember because it was.
we only
I
saw
was 4 at the most. So.
What's our favorite decade?
Oh, 80s always. Best music came out of the 80s. Best music, and 98% of it came out of England or Great Britain. So
Yeah. Yep.
hands down.
Yep.
There's
I
only
agree.
there's only a few American bands. Okay, there's none. I can't think.
But yeah, no, 80s. how Daryl loves the 80s. I love the 80s. Lara loves the 80s. I mean, yeah. It was a lot of fun. But then again, we didn't have any worries. Like we were kids.
I'll give you Bon Jovi. I think I know a couple songs, but I was an alternative, new row, um,
New wave.
yeah, new wave punk. That was me. I
It was
know. There's a couple songs that I might know of Bon Jovi's. I don't know.
living on no.
Isn't that Living on a Prayer? Isn't that them?
Yes.
Okay. See,
I did yes, David Bowie.
David
Oh,
Bowie. See,
I will say I did get to see him live once
once,
before
once.
he died, and it wasn't even at his concert. It was
Nope.
at Morrissey's. He was a surprise, but I got to see David Bowie live. He is one of my all-time favorite artists. I absolutely love David Bowie. Love Bowie. The
They're in
hairstyles. Oh my
not
gosh, yes.
not American.
Aquanet. Now, see, I turned 10 in 83, so I was a young kid in the 80s, but I still got, because Lara was 4 years older than me, I still got all of the teenager stuff included because I wanted to tag along to everything that Lara did.
Yeah.
So I got thrust into that.
You were very sad when I went to my first junior high dance because you could not go. I
Right.
remember that.
Yep. Well, because I didn't understand that, it was just for your school. So I leaned towards alternative
Oh,
music.
that's awesome. Bowie's
Nice.
Guitars is from where they live.
Yeah, I see that. And extra cans of hairspray. The cement.
I was the white Aquanet with the pink net. White. The white can.
Yep. I just followed whatever she got because,
And gel.
yes.
The hair.
And I still somewhere, I couldn't even tell you where it's at, but I still have my freshman high school ID, and I have my bangs go up and over, so it's kind of like a wave. And even that was out of the 80s. Technically, it was like 80. Well, no, it was 88, 89. So it was like the end of the 80s.
Flock of Seagulls. I saw the Flock of Seagulls in a small venue. I think it was, somewhere here in Orange County. I want to say South County. I don't remember, but I've seen them in person. They're really cool.
Yes, definitely their hairstyle. Definitely. And Daryl and I got to see Flock of Seagulls also. We've seen them, and we've seen the Romantics.
The lead singer was a hairstylist, I guess, from what I understand. That's why his hair was so
Flamboyant.
there.
What?
Yeah.
Here's whoosh. Whee. So, okay, when we saw the Flock of Seagulls, it was just him. I mean, he had a band, but it wasn't the OG band.
It would have been in 89, 88, 89, maybe 90.
So you probably would have gotten the whole band. Photograph of You is an awesome song.
I wish I could see a picture of Mandy's hair.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. You can email it to me. You've got my email. And I would just share it with Lara, I promise.
Well, okay, hello. You've got my picture back, a glamour shot picture back there behind you. Talk about glamour shots.
Yes. Should I move it?
No, it's good. You're fine. They can see it.
And in my picture stuff, I don't know if you can. I don't think I've shown it. I think I showed it the last time, but it's up there. How embarrassing. Which, Lara's glamour shots or your Flock of Seagulls hair? You can run. Oh, And I ran.
So far away.
Is that is that
think
the song
that's
you're talking about, babe?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
And I ran. Okay, sorry.
Mandy's. I'm sure it's not that embarrassing. It was the 80s and early 90s. We're fine.
We are definitely all Gen X here. Who we are actually, one of our parents is a silent
Yep.
generation. Oh,
Don't
that's
say it's a different song.
you can run. Okay. Why can't I think of that song? You're gonna have to show it to me later.
Yes, our dad is silent and our mom's a boomer.
Yeah, Dad was born just
They're like right there at the
at
cusp.
the end because he's a 44 and boomers are 45 on.
The spikier, the better. The bigger.
Yes. Okay,
It-
so I had a friend who used to do Liberty spikes. And actually, a few of my friends did in high school. So that's late 80s, early 90s, and they would whoosh, and they would be tall. Billy Idol. Yes, I love Billy Idol. Actually, we were just watching The Wedding Singer. Oh, hello. Hello, Eros. Are you
That's
going to introduce yourself? Can we see your beautiful face, Eros?
This is Eros, my daughter's cat.
He's so pretty. He's got
Hi,
some of the prettiest eyes.
hi Eros. You gonna look at the camera? There we
Oh,
go. Good job, baby boy.
okay, so I
Good
have
job,
a funny
Helpless.
story about The
Good job,
Wedding Singer.
Helpless.
It is one of my favorite movies also, Colin. I worked at Angel Stadium. It's the Angels baseball in Anaheim in 1998, and that's roughly when Wedding Singer came out.
Julia Gulia.
And I worked in one of the merchandise booths, and Steven Stevens, Billy Idol's guitar player, wrote. Oh, he wrote the Top Gun theme song. Interesting. Um, where I worked was it's baseball. Okay, what happens at games? People drink a lot, right? Granted, I worked in the new Pepsi Fun Zone family area, so it should have been kids and stuff, but no. It's my friend and I, because we work together. So my friend Nicole is standing beside me, so it'd be like looking at Lara, and then me, and she is a
Hey,
beautiful, or he
E.
is a beautiful cat. His name is Eros, and also
Eros.
um. So these two drunk guys, they were smashed. I mean, smashed. They see my name tag, which is Julia. They kept looking at my friend Nicole and going, Julia, that's funny. And she's like, that's Julia. And then they do it again, Julia, that's funny. And I'm like, can we shut the door now? Can we close our window because these guys are harassing us just because of my name? And then they weren't even paying attention to me. They were paying attention to my pretty friend Nicole. And I mean, I can't blame them. She was pretty. And she was small, petite, and I'm not a very small person. I mean, even actually no, then I was probably at my heaviest. So I was way heavier than I am now. So I mean, I understand, but I mean, it was just like, shut up, go away. You're in the kids area, go off to the adult area where you can sober up. But man, I hated that whole line. Julia Goulet. Although it is funny. I mean, it really is, but I hated it after that. I really did. Like, no, no. But I did get that a lot. And actually, I still get it sometimes. Nobody can puke as much as that.
I'm not sure.
A bouquet balance. Oh my goodness. You like the song? Adam,
That was a good
it
one.
seems at the end. Yes, that's
I
a good
want to
song.
grow old with you.
Yep. That's a good song. That's a good song. And Billy Idol liked it too. He was going to tell his record people about that. But no, oh my goodness, that I got that, and I still every once it's very rare. It is very rare, but I do get the Julia Gulia every once in a while. It's like thank you, Adam Sandler, for creating these two characters. Um,
Mandy, I get that. Oh, I want to see Barry Manilow is on my bucket list. He's in Las Vegas, so it's not like that far away. But oh, Mandy, yep. I get Dr.
Yeah.
Zhivago. I'm Lara. I don't know how they actually say the movie is Lara's theme. Is it Laura's theme, Lara's theme, Lara's theme? I don't know. I've never watched Dr. Zhivago.
But
I've
that's
been
how
told I should, but I get that too. Not much anymore because all those people are dying because they're old. So,
I'm sorry.
but the fact that you still get Mandy sung to you, that's actually not that bad. But I can see how it does get annoying. See, you should. I know you don't like to fly, but you should come over. We can go to Disneyland together and then to Las Vegas and watch Barry Manilow because he's not getting any younger. So, what do you
Does he have
say?
a residency in Vegas right now?
He does. At now, he's been like 20
Been there?
years or something. Yeah.
Oh gosh, where have I been? I must not pay attention. Quiz time. Name as many songs with names in them. Well,
Oh, I'm
obviously,
not very good at this stuff.
Julia, that's by the Beatles. Sarah, I couldn't tell you who that's by. I just know the name.
Copacabana.
Copacabana.
Yeah, no, that's Barry Manilow.
Okay, we're doing name songs. Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Let's see. Joanna. Isn't there a Joanna song?
The good Jolene song.
There's a
know.
Jolene.
There's only one good song with Jolene in it.
What else is there? I Dream of Jeannie. Yes. Oh my goodness. There's probably a lot that I can't think of right now. I know there's more. Daryl, help me out here. Name some songs that are names. Donna, thank you. Donna and Carrie. Let's see. I don't know. Jenny. That although the
Annie.
song is called
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Yeah, Janie. Yes, I already said that. I already said Julia, babe. Jenny's got a gun. And the other Jenny that I was thinking of, oh no, it's Janie's got a gun. The other Jenny is it's actually 8675309, I believe is the name of the song. But he talks about Jenny. Jenny. No. Yes? No.
Yeah.
My mind is like Jesse's girl. Jessie. What else is there?
There's a lot, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Now the question is can you name the bands that make those songs? Like Julia is the Beatles. Jesse's girl is Rick Springfield. Like Roxanne is the Police.
Nope, can't do that. Even if you held a gun to my head, couldn't do it. I'd be dead.
Janie's Got a Gun is Aerosmith, and and I like alternative music. So, any other quiz? Any other quizzes? Billie Jean. Yep, there we go. Michael Jackson. And he also did the Annie. Annie, are you
Can we
okay?
get Gloria? Gloria.
Yes. There you go. Oh, okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Oh my goodness. So there's probably a million that we're not even thinking of. I will say this. The Cure. Charlotte sometimes. Okay, so Charlotte sometimes.
Rosanna.
I said Rosanna, but I
Oh.
can't remember who does it. Charlotte sometimes is based off of a book of the same name from the 60s. I want to say it's a book that came out in 1968. And so that song is based off the book. So there's a little bit of Cure trivia, which is also another song that has the name, a name in it. And the book is actually pretty cool, pretty good. I don't read very much anymore. I do Audible more than I read because I would listen to it. Daniel by Elton John. Okay. Cecilia.
Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Yeah.
Okay. So I listen to books more than I read anymore, even though I love to read. But I listened to that at work when I was working in California. Wait,
Madison, is that what?
maybe? Is it okay? Was that Madison? Is that what you're asking? It looks like WAD. Ben, okay. Yeah. Ooh, we should have a trivia time.
I would lose.
No, I mean, not necessarily. It depends on what the topic is.
Even if
mean,
it's something I know 100% about, I would still lose.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Layla, yes.
It goes blank.
Oh, I get that. I do that too. I'm
not
See,
good at quizzes.
I'm just trying to think of other not female, but other names. There's songs that spell names, but I don't think it's Morrissey does he spells out his name, but I don't remember what song that's from. But it's not called Steven.
Sheila, take a bow.
Okay, there you go. That's not the song I was talking about. Let's see.
There's one in my head right now, and I'm singing it, but I can't
you can't articulate it into words.
Nope. It's
Don't
just
you hate
circling.
that?
Nope. Danny Boy. Nope.
No. Oh my goodness. I mean, of course we should have done Danny Boy. Bobby's Girl. It's okay. 60s group.
That's me. I'm Bobby's girl.
Yes, you are. Gloria, you too. Okay.
That was not the Gloria that I was thinking.
Nope, that was not the Gloria that you were thinking. Oh my goodness. Oh, A Letter to Elise. That's also The Cure. So we've got Elise, and that's in the title.
Well, I don't think it had to be in the title.
No?
No.
Well, okay.
This
Then there's
song.
Steven Morrissey's song that I can't think of what it's
Name
called.
as many songs with names in them.
in them. Okay, there's probably a lot.
There are
Even
a lot.
Does Toto count?
That's
Although that's the band.
Rosanna. Oh, yeah.
My Sharona. Yes. I was thinking about that one earlier, and I don't know why I didn't say it. Maybe I was thinking that Sharona's not a name. Although, I mean, it is. Shoosh. Shoosh? I don't know where that came from. I think I was gonna say shoot. What else? See, we're not looking up stuff, so
Yes. Marie.
oh, what's that one? No. Brandy. That's one of Daryl's favorite songs ever. I don't know why he hasn't said that one yet. Isn't that her name, Brandy? Isn't it Brandy? Yes, it's Brandy, because every time our friend Brandy. So Daryl did what he probably would have played Mandy for you, Mandy. Every time our friend Brandy came over, he would play Brandy. Because we had a DJ system set up, and yeah, we would have a lot of music at our house. And yes, every time Brandy came over, he would play Brandy. Which, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you hear that song. Kurt Russell is driving in his car, meeting Star-Lord's dad. What is his real name? What is his real name? I can't. Chris Pratt's character. It's not Star-Lord. He has a name. What is his name?
I don't know. See, I don't do good with stuff like this because that's one of my favorite movies.
The Hand is Looking Glass. Yes, and Mona Craig. Okay. This should be interesting. You know what? That's what I might do. I might have get a we can play Cards Against Humanity. Do a live show and play one of those kinds of games where you have different cards to choose from or whatever, and see what everybody says or answers. Or Exploding Kittens. That was one of the biggest games that we had at Amazon when I was working there. Yes, definitely. Thank God for the internet.
I hate to cut this short, but I gotta get going.
Oh my goodness, we're at an hour and 37 minutes. Can you believe that?
I'm going to meet Gail.
Oh, fun. What are you doing tonight?
Just chatting, that's all.
Just chatting?
Yeah.
So not going anywhere special?
No.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we have been at it for an hour and 40 minutes, basically. So I'm sure Mandy and Colin would love to probably go to bed. As she keeps typing. Tester. So I guess we will see you in 2 more weeks. I may or may not have a guest. I don't know. We'll see. If not, you'll be able to tell, because when you see that I'm going to be live, you'll see if it has what looks like a vertical picture. It'll be horizontal, but then there'll be that vertical part in the middle. Will show that it's a vertical, so that will mean that I have someone coming on with me. Thanks, Mom, and I enjoyed your part too. That was fun.
We'll have more rabbit holes. Yep.
Yes, there will always be more rabbit holes. Rabbit holes upon rabbit holes upon rabbit holes. So we will see you all later. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we
Have a
will
good
talk to you
weekend,
later.
everybody.
Gravity works.
Bye.
Bye.